Hello dear friends, and welcome once more to this video today in our YouTube channel, friends. In this video we shall be looking at those secret weapons that you should always use, friends, to score all the marks in inorganic chemistry as far as the paper 2 chemistry is concerned, for those taking the A level. So friends, stay tuned and make sure you watch the video from start to finish, because at the end of this video, friends, you shall be able to walk into that exam hall with confidence and be sure to grab all the marks as far as inorganic chemistry is concerned. So friends, we uploaded that for physical chemistry, friends, and make sure you watch that. And as soon as this video ends, we are going to upload that for organic chemistry. So friends, make sure you like the video, please, because that does help so many students locate our content, friends. By liking the video, you're going to help YouTube to recommend the video out to others. Thank you very much for doing so. And if you've not subscribed to this channel, friends, make sure you hit that subscribe button looking at you, friends. It goes a long way to motivate me to keep producing more and more contents for you. Thank you very much, friends, and let's dive straight into our video today. So friends, let's start by knowing the very important topics in inorganic chemistry, friends, because when you know the topics that are frequently coming and the ones that the GC board or your exam board will never forget, it puts you at a good fit to score all the marks. So friends, let's start by looking at the number one very important topic that you should never fail to look at it, friends. Let's look at the first one, which is the S block elements, guys. Let's look at the S block elements. We have the S block elements, friends, and the other one we have the transition elements, or sometimes you can call them the D block elements. So friends, I think this second one is very important, very guys, super important. I think it deserves about 4 stars. Okay friends, it does deserve about 4 stars. It does deserve them because of its importance. It's very important, friends. The examination board can never forget to test you on transition metal elements. Okay, great. So friends, the next one that you should be very familiar with is the halogens. Okay, the halogens, so the group 7 elements, guys, super important. You have to take note of them. Then friends, on the next one, guys, we should be talking about the group 4 elements. That's the periodicity of elements. Then after that, now guys, we now have the group 4 elements. So friends, these two of them, I linked them together because, guys, they are sometimes the GC board can give just the first, sometimes can give the second, but most of the times they can give the two of them. Okay, the two of them, great. So we have the periodicity of elements and you have the group 4 elements, guys, super important. Then friends, we also have sulfur and its compounds. Then as well we have nitrogen and its compounds, friends. But sulfur and its compound, guys, is super important. They deserve 2 stars. Okay, 2 stars are very important, friends. Then we have nitrogen and its compounds. Nitrogen, very important as well. It deserves 2 stars. Good. These are very important areas, friends, that the GC board or your exam board can never forget to test on these areas. Okay, they can never forget. So friends, make sure you have a very great mastery of all these areas. There are other areas as far as chemistry, inorganic chemistry is concerned, but these are the most essentials. These are the topics that no matter, even if you also forget anything, you should never forget them. Great. So friends, and like I said, and so on and so forth, there are others. There are so many of them, guys, so many other topics. So friends, you should never keep any topic untreated, because questions are sure to come on all topics. Okay, never keep any topic untreated, friends. Even if your teacher does not teach it, friends, like I said in my previous video, do research on them. Okay, take past questions and try to solve as if all the topics have been treated. Then the ones that have not been treated, guys, you can now do your research separately on them. Super important, friends. So friends, now let's look at about 2 or 3 of them. Okay, let's just look about 2 of them. So friends, let's look at the first one. We have the S block elements. Keep in mind, friends, that the S block elements simply include elements of group 1 and group 2. Okay, elements of group 1 and group 2. That's the group 1 and 2 metals. That is what actually means by the S block elements. They are so called S block elements because their outer electronic configuration is found in the S orbital. Wait, that's why we call them S block elements. So friends, you should know the outer general electronic configuration of the S block elements. That is for group 1 and group 2, friends. It's very important, okay? Because if a question is to come on S block elements, like I said initially, you must always have it. So friends, you should know how the S block elements do react with water, okay? Know their behaviors with water. Know how each of them react, such as we have sodium, you have magnesium, calcium, and so on, guys. Know how each of them react with water. So friends, as always, guys, if there's something in the video that you're not understanding, just please put in the comment section down below. I'm going to look forward to answer it as soon as possible. Even before you know it, I'm going to answer it. Great. So friends, next point now, we should know how to we should know the S block elements, how they react with water. Great. We should also know their trend in their reactivity with water down and up the group. Friends should also know that it's very, very important. Know how the S block elements react with water. Know how their reactivity varies, either up the group or down the group. From there, you can therefore now say more about the chemical reactivity of the S block elements. Great. So friends, let's also know, guys, how to write out the formula of the chlorides, hydrides, and oxides of the period 2 and period 3. So friends, in almost about 99% of all the GC questions I've seen, they always give you a table, and they'll ask you to write the formula of the chlorides. Some questions can be asking for the oxides, others can be asking for the hydrides, and so on and so forth, guys. So note them, they are super important. They are going to help you so well in your exam. So friends, if there's something that I'm saying in this video and you do not know the answer to it, or you don't know it, guys, feel free to leave in the comment section down below, and I'm going to reply to it even before you noticed. Great. So friends, you should also know how to state and explain the thermal stability and the solubility of the S block elements, guys. Super important, very, very important, friends, very important. And you should also know how to write the formula of the chlorides. Oh my god, friends, you should know how to write out the chlorides. Like I said initially, guys, it's a similar point, okay? It's a similar point, it's the same. Then friends, very important, we should know how to state and explain the solubility and the thermal stability of the S block elements. And important note, friends, when talking about the solubility of the S block elements in water, we talk about we talk about the behavior of their lattice and hydrogen energies, okay? We simply talk about the lattice and hydrogen energies. Good. So friends, I think we've said much about S block elements. We should also know their compounds. For instance, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, and so on and so forth, guys, as well as their carbonates and their chlorides. It's super important, friends. We've talked about that. Then we should also know that that things like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, these are strong bases, and in fact they are strong alkalis because they both dissolve in water. Great. So they are very, very strong bases. Great. So friends, let's look at I think we've talked more about the S block elements. Like I said initially, friends, also know the compounds that they form. For instance, their chlorides, their hydroxides, their sulfates, their nitrates, hydrogen carbonates, and so on and so forth, guys. Because you should have it in mind that if we want to talk about the solubility of let's say a named hydroxide, let's say sodium hydroxide, right? Sodium hydroxide is a group 1 hydroxide, right? Good. It is going to behave in a similar manner like potassium hydroxide. Good. So the lattice energy is going to increase down the group due to an increase in hydration energy, guys, over lattice energy. Good. So friends, let's move on to the next slide. So let's talk about transition metals, friends. Let's talk about transition metals, and it is very important, super important, super important. So friends, you should know how to define a transition metal and a D block element. It's super important. You should also know how to list all the elements in the transition metal series. Very important. Then friends, this other very important point, which is super important, which saying that we should know how to explain why transition metal are used as. Oh my god, friends, this question deserves 4 stars. It's very important. Good. So friends, we should know how to, the question wants us to know how and how we can explain why transition metals are used as. We have catalysts, you have great. So friends, we should talk about the question. Will always be asking why a transition metal ion is used as a catalyst, why it forms colored compounds. Some will be asking you why they form complexes. Good. So friends, you should also know how to define a complex ion. It's very important. The question will always be asking you that, how to define a complex ion. Great. Then friends, you should know how to predict the shape and the isomerism and draw the structure of complexes. This is one of the most important areas as far as chemistry is concerned, where most students get it wrong. Okay, but those watching the video know what others will get wrong, so they'll find everything possible to pass that particular area. Great. That's why I love my audience so much. Great. Then now friends, the other part is saying that we should know how to sketch all graphs. Know how to sketch all graphs concerning transition metals. It's super important, friends. And you cannot cram the graph and go and pass, friends. You cannot. The graph is what you have to understand it. Okay, you have to understand it. Great. So friends, let's now talk about nitrogen, sulfur and their compounds. As you can see, I have it here. The thing has 4 stars already. 4 stars, friends. We should know the compounds formed by each of the elements. That's very great, friends. You can talk about compounds like what I highlighted down here already. Then friends, we should know how each of the compounds are being prepared. We should also know how to write balance equation for their preparations. We should know the origin of the raw materials used in their production, because the questions will always be asking you for that. Then we should know the various catalysts involved in their production. Like for instance, friends, we can talk about the Haber process, or the production of nitrogen, or the contact process, which is the production of carbon, or oh my god, friends, which is talking about sulfur dioxide. Great. Which eventually leads us now to the production of sulfuric acid. Great. So friends, you should know that it's super important, because questions will always be asking you for it. Always. Wait. So friends, like I said, the catalysts used in the production, like for instance, in the Haber process, guys, you can talk about finely divided iron as the catalyst. Then in the contact process, guys, we should be talking about vanadium pentoxide. Great. Cool, friends, super important. Then now friends, we should also know the name of the fertilizers contained in either one of the elements above. So the fertilizers we are talking about, guys, are nitrogenous and sulfate fertilizers. So you should be able to identify those various fertilizers. That's super important, guys. And the compounds of interest that we talk about in this area as just nitric acid, ammonia, H2SO4, and sometimes, guys, we have sulfur dioxide. Though to produce sulfuric acid, you must pass through sulfur dioxide in the industry. Great. So friends, I think this is all about what you have to take note. And friends, let me just bring for general points, guys. You should not forget about the graph. The graphical section, as far as inorganic chemistry is concerned, first, is super important. Mostly in S block elements, and some of them under the transition metal elements. Super important, friends. Super important. Always take note. So friends, thank you for watching the video, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to it, because guys, it took me quite a lot of time to prepare all these contents for you. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video.